A walk through a typical American neighborhood is a walk through a history museum. The only problem is that the labels are missing. Most of us spend our lives in these structures without knowing where they came from or why they look the way they do. But every roof pitch and window sash is a record. These details track the evolution of wealth, technology, and national identity over 400 years. This is a field guide to the most common American home styles and the specific features that explain the history of the landscape. In the 17th century, the American home was a survival tool. The colonial salt box utilized heavy frames and unpainted shingles. That extreme rear slope was designed to shed heavy snow, while the orientation usually faced south to capture winter warmth. As the colonies prospered, survival gave way to symmetry. The 18th century Georgian style shifted toward a blocky, balanced appearance, where windows were placed at exact intervals across the facade. After the Revolution, the Federal style evolved. It became taller and narrower, trading the heavy feel for something more refined. You can spot a Federal home by looking at the glass. They appear glassier, utilizing vertical sidelights around the door and larger window panes. This transition mirrored the country's own growth, moving from a collection of settlements struggling for warmth to an independent nation projecting authority. In the mid-19th century, American architecture took a radical turn. Builders rotated the entire house 90 degrees so the roof peak faced the street, mimicking the pediment of an ancient temple. At the time, Greece was the ultimate symbol of democracy and civic virtue. By adding these heavy Doric columns, homeowners were aligning their own dwellings with those ancient ideals. The Industrial Revolution eventually replaced that classical restraint with mass-produced materials and mechanized woodworking. This new capacity for detail led to the ornate Victorian era. You can distinguish the solemn, vertical Gothic revival with its pointed arches from the much more colorful and playful Queen Anne. A Queen Anne is defined by its visual abundance, a mix of turrets, varied siding materials, and bold colors that emphasize the machine-made decorative trim. It was an era of performance, where homes functioned as displays of democratic symbolism or the expressive power of the machine age. By the early 20th century, homeowners rejected those fussy Victorian details. The craftsman movement focused on simple, honest design and the use of natural materials. While people use the terms interchangeably, a bungalow is actually a compact, boxy layout. Craftsman is the style applied to it, noted by wide, overhanging eaves and tapered columns resting on stone piers. These handcrafted designs became accessible to the middle class through catalogs. Companies like Sears shipped these homes as pre-cut kits, making thoughtful architecture a mass-market reality. After World War II, the focus shifted from handcrafted detail to suburban efficiency. Neighborhoods began to expand horizontally across larger lots. The ranch style defined this era. These single-story homes used low-pitched roofs and integrated the garage directly into the main facade to support a more relaxed, car-centered lifestyle. While the ranch favored suburban convenience, modern homes of the same period used similar open layouts but embraced flat roofs and a total lack of ornamentation. This evolution represented a democratization of the American dream, moving from individual handcrafted homes to the efficient, open-plan suburbs of the mid-century. The blur of wood and brick now resolves into a specific taxonomy. Every structure on your street holds a record of a specific time and intent. You'll often see these styles blend. A single modern house might combine a Victorian turret with Federal sidelights and the horizontal windows of a ranch. This blending of styles is the American story, a pragmatic record of how different generations have chosen to live. Step outside and treat your own neighborhood as an interactive archive. Look for the traces of survival, status, and innovation in the houses you pass every day. When you can read the blueprints of the past, a simple walk around the block becomes a conversation with 400 years of history.